All right, everybody, we are back with another Sony video. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Not me.
So this video is on the newly released, just this evening, Sony A7C, Alpha 7C. Sony's on a roll this year with 2020. We had the ZV-1, the A7S Mark III, the A7C out of left field. I just got the camera Friday, so let's call it a full official hands-on first look, first impressions.
Hey.
I got some clips here and there just of what I was doing over the weekend, and I'm going to show you some B-roll of it now, talk to you, give you my impressions, and kind of just a walkthrough of the camera. Also, if you're not putting peanut butter on your French toast, you're blowing it. So basically what Sony did, what it feels like, is they took the A7 III, squished it down into the A6600 body, gave us the A7C. And here we go. This is the big reason why this camera is amazing. Full frame. Full frame is something that typically is super expensive to get. It gives a really nice look, tons of bokeh because the sensor is so large, and really good low light performance. I think this camera will appeal to a lot of photographers actually because of full frame camera with interchangeable lenses, a small lightweight travel setup. Honestly, pretty convenient. Also filmmakers, because content creating like this, getting that full frame look, filmmaking with S-Log3, 15 stops of dynamic range. Now we're rolling on this. Here's my setup. Some notes. Ghetto mic setup right. 4K at 24 or up to 30 frames per second. So you're not gonna have 4K 60 or 4K 120 like the A7S III, but you are gonna get 1080 120, which is super good. Look at the sun. That's crazy too. Not a bad spot for sure. Still smoky as heck out here though, but should look pretty cool on camera.
Is that a new camera?
That is, Dad.
What is it?
Sony A7C.
Wow. Whoa.
Do we look alike?
I shaved my mustache this morning.
It does feel like Sony took great features from the A7 III, A6600, and made this camera that you might not have even had on your radar. Well, clearly it wasn't on anyone's radar. Oh, I didn't even say the price. $1,799, so $1,800 for the body in USD. I think it's 2,400 Canadian. And then you can get it with this kit lens setup if you want. We'll talk about the lens here in a second. You're getting a microphone jack as well, which is nice right here on the top. And what I like about this is it doesn't hit the screen. So what we saw on the A7S III was that they really did a good job designing this to not hit your mic jack, which is nice. So there you go. On the side here, you have one SD card slot, USB-C charging, which is great. USB-C, all the things, please. Oh, you do have a headphone jack. Whoa, sick. Okay. That's sick. I thought the top here, I didn't even look in that until just now, but the top here has mic jack, obviously, like I said. I thought there was gonna be no headphone jack. I don't know why. Down here on the bottom. So that is cool. Now you can monitor your audio if this is your main filmmaking camera, which is rad. Dedicated mic jack, headphone jack. No ports at all on this side. That's just like your grip, dedicated record button. It's red, exposure comp dial, your main menu setting dial, on and off switch and shutter button there. The back is a pretty simple design. So here's the battery door right here. You get the Z series battery, so same battery that goes in A7S III, A7 III. Good unibody design. This thing feels solid in the hand. Little grip here. So from the outside, it is really simple. The last thing I will talk about is this optical viewfinder. I think that's what it's called. You hold your eye up to it. Having a dedicated viewfinder like this The ZV-1 did not, it's just an LCD screen. Even though it's tiny, it's really handy and practical.
That's what she said.
And I think photographers will really like this because, especially if you're not used to just shooting with a screen and you want just that small optical experience, even for filmmaking when it's bright outside, I like to have this as an option just because you can't sometimes gauge your LCD brightness as well. So having this as a quick check. Quickly, we'll talk about this lens. This is the kit lens, which is also new to Sony. It's the 28 to 60. It has like, it stores, so you can see this dot here. It basically, when you turn it on, it makes you turn the zoom ring. So it starts here at 28 and then zooms to 60. It's kind of chunky, if you can hear that. It's a kit lens. It's a sharp kit lens, but it's also a kit lens. And the fact that this has interchangeable lenses, I would not be buying this lens. But if it's something you want to bundle with the kit or have as a compact zoom lens, it's a good option. When I reviewed the A7S Mark III, I got the 16 to 35 sent to me as well, which I would love to have on this because I feel like that look would be very similar with the same profiles and settings and everything. But yeah, this lens is great for just kind of multi-purpose everything. Maybe if you're shooting photos, that 28 focal length, then you get 35, 50. It's a 40.5 millimeter filter thread. So I wasn't able to use ND, which was super lame. I just didn't have a 40.5 millimeter step up ring. Comment below if you have a 40.5 millimeter ND filter or step up ring. It came at first with, when you put the strap attachment on, there's obviously the little like dangly strap attachment parts. Make sure to take those off because in my audio, if you're using a built, or probably even if you're using an external mic, but they were like clicking around. Yeah, I wish this was a lot wider, but this camera is awesome. It's a perfect size. It's a juiced up version of the A6600. It's like if the A6600 hit the CrossFit gym, shout out Spencer. I removed them for some of the later shots. The 1080-120 I was at my parents' cabin. We got the dogs playing in 1080-120. I tested low light. So yeah, it was fun to kind of just see little bits of how this camera performs quickly. So hopefully this video is helpful. Low light, looking good. ISO 10,000.
Oh, how's it look?
Here, let me do a couple comparisons. Okay. All right, ISO 10,000. Looks pretty good. It looks actually really clean on the monitor.
Good.
This is ISO 3200. This is probably about the right exposure. It looks pretty proper.
For evening?
For what it is right now. ISO 640. Low, too low.
Too low?
ISO 102,400. That's like the highest it can go. This looks bad, but there you go, low light test. Insane. But yeah, the fact right now we're at ISO 3200, and then the lens is at f5, because this lens isn't really that fast. Oh, I got a haircut. I didn't vlog that. So literally the next day, but yeah, I got a haircut. Pretty good in low light. Looks good, I'm impressed. Overall, I think Sony did a really, really good job of surprising us with this little camera, little full frame nug here. I'm excited to maybe get a different lens on this and shoot with it a bit more, do like full review, or if you have any questions on this, I'll do my best to answer them. Again, we have our hands on the camera right now. Not even sure when I have to send it back. So let us know in the comments if you're interested in getting this. You can pre-order it right now on our website. And if you click on that link and it's not quite available yet, it will be soon. So buy it from our shop because I asked. If you've been shopping for a new camera, you're now even more confused on which one to get. So happy shopping. I hope you enjoyed this first impression and some of the early photos and video. All right, have a good day, good night, whenever this is posted. Bye.